Liquefied natural gas, or LNG, is odorless, non-toxic, non-corrosive, it's less dense than water, and it's produced in northern BC. It's going to be a game changer in the fossil fuel industry in Canada if we can just get the stuff offshore. Now, many people don't even know what liquefied natural gas is. It's just basic natural gas that's been chilled to minus 160 degrees Celsius so that it can be converted and condensed into a liquid form. Once LNG is in its liquid form, it's easily transported by tanker ships, where it can be regasified at the end destination. And that's the important part, the export angle. There is an oversupply of natural gas in the North American market, but not in Asian markets. Places like China and Japan need LNG to meet their growing energy needs, and Canadian-made LNG can help fill the gap as Japan and China move away from coal and nuclear for their energy production. And the LNG boom will create jobs. Now, not just a few jobs, but a full-fledged boom like the shale gas boom in Pennsylvania and North Dakota. Analysis of recent data shows that if just 5 LNG liquefaction plants were built over the next 9 years, 100,000 jobs can be created in construction, operations, and upstream gas extraction, with thousands more jobs being created just due to the economic spin-off and booming communities. And those aren't just jobs for northern BC. Those are jobs all across the north, and Alberta too. Trucking companies in Grand Prairie, welders from Nisku, and drilling companies in Ponoka will benefit from a boom in BC. Albertans in the energy sector have always worked in BC, and vice versa. What's good for BC's energy is good for Alberta and really all of Canada. LNG will prove to be the energy east for the north. LNG plants, shipping facilities, and pipelines need approvals now so that people can get back to work. Even local mayors in BC, like Fort St. John Mayor Lori Ackerman, support LNG. Just listen.
LNG is going to bring not only jobs, good, secure jobs, but also revenue to the province to ensure that our education system and our health system are secure.
Even First Nations groups support LNG. This is Chief Counselor of the Haisla First Nation, Ellis Ross. He sees LNG as a way to break the cycle of poverty for his people. Here.
We've been here for over 1,000 years. Every First Nation has problems. To me, it boils down to a lack of a future. Our people have jobs, they're getting mortgages. If one LNG project gets approved, I think our people can basically achieve everything they've wanted and talked about in the last 30, 40 years.
And LNG is low carbon and clean burning. So what's the holdup? Something like LNG has the potential to pull the entire country out of a recession. Well, the federal Liberals are the holdup. In fact, they're doing the same thing to LNG that they're doing to Energy East. They're kicking the ball down the road and adding extra layers to the approval process. They're adding more hurdles and more hoops for LNG projects to jump through, while northern BC and northern Alberta spiral into social catastrophe caused by long-term unemployment. The federal Liberals just added a 3-month delay to the approval of the Pacific Northwest LNG project, with a final decision coming in late June. This leaves jobs, investment, and hope for northern BC in limbo. Deputy Critic for Natural Resources, Conservative MP Shannon Stubbs, wanted answers from the Environment Minister, Catherine McKenna, about the LNG delays. And pay attention to McKenna's answer here.
And provide a secure and sustainable supply of LNG to the world. The Liberals' 3-month delay for BC's Pacific Northwest LNG project sets Canada back, while our global competitors gain ground on long-term contracts with Asian markets. Thousands of jobs are on the line. Billions of dollars in investment, royalties, and taxes are at stake. The PM should fight for Canada. Is he really going to sit back and let this opportunity slip away?
The Honourable Minister of Environment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We know that the only way to get resources to market is to make sure we do it in a sustainable way. We have a regulatory process. The project that the member opposite is referring to is going through that regulatory process. The proponent brought significant new information that would have potential impact on salmon. So we need to do our due diligence and make sure that we get this right before we can make a decision for a project as to whether a project goes ahead or not.
Now, McKenna said something about salmon. Really? Well, then I have some really great news for McKenna, because LNG and water don't mix. Just watch this demonstration.
Let's say we had a little spill on the water. Okay, so here we got some water, and we'll pour the LNG on it. Just like on the ground, it's gonna vaporize, it's gonna boil, and it will disappear. So what we'll see here is that'll all boil off, and we'll be left with some ice. So why don't you come on up and take a look on behalf of all your classmates here. So you can see just a little ice cube in there. Do you see any chemical sheen or anything like that? It's just totally clean. So it's pure cold water. So thanks, bud.
Now, how are salmon going to be hurt by that? So we've made it clear we've saved the salmon from deadly LNG. That's good news. Let's approve these things. Now, half the opposition to LNG is driven by energy illiteracy, and the other half is driven by a fundamental opposition to Canadian prosperity. People like Environment Minister Catherine McKenna, BC NDP leader John Horgan, Justin Trudeau, and Rachel Notley are ashamed of Canadian energy. They seem to just hate how good Canadians are at producing clean, ethical, world-class, gold standard energy. They don't want us to share it with the rest of the world. Heck, they don't even want us to share it with the rest of the country through the Energy East pipeline. And all this unwarranted shame by these anti-Canadian politicians who refuse to say yes to LNG and refuse to say yes to Canadian energy will cost thousands of Canadians their jobs, their businesses, their homes, their hope, and really their futures. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.